Hello everybody, this is Dyrus Gaming, and today's video I'm going to talk about how to create your builds in Fallen Earth. Two ways be very helpful for new players. So two type of builds will be a crafting build and a combat build. You're going to want to keep them separate for the simple reason you only get so much AP that you're going to be able to have once you hit max level 55. So if you're doing crafting, the two skills used for crafting, which is going to be perception and intelligence. Okay, so that's going to take out of your AP pool. So a crafter would usually have one weapon type that you'll choose. You'll level up that weapon type. First thing you always want to do for when you increase your level is make sure your perception intelligence is max, so that way you can craft max for that level essentially. So weapon type, if you want to go melee, if you want to go ballistic, so ballistic versus melee. So melee, there's not a separate tab for like two-handed or dual wielding, but in ballistic there is separate for pistols or rifle type. So you would go essentially one or the other, and then with crafting to level that out. If you try to do too many weapon types and try to do crafting, you won't be able to max out any of them once you get to max level, and you're gonna have yourself shortened. So that's why you want, usually as a new player, it's always recommend start with a crafter. It's slower, obviously, to craft, but then you're able to craft everything for your combat too. Okay, so your combat tune, you're not gonna be putting into crafting. It's gonna be a lot faster to level up. You can power level through certain mobs to kind of work your way up, and then there's also going to be AP missions in each towns that you want to do that are going to give you like 1 or 2 AP, which hits you to that sweet spot you need to be at level 55. Okay. So with the combat class, you can have multiple weapon types. You'll be able to do it with multiple mutation types as well. Versus crafting type, one weapon, one mutation, and then crafting would be a crafter. So it'll still do some damage, stuff like that, but it's not going to be as strong as a combat class that's going to have multiple ways to fight at your disposal, because you have that AP able to be used on that versus being forced to be used on crafting. So you want to keep them separate. So that's essentially is how or what two type of builds you want to go with when you first start the game. And I'm going to show you also, so for example, okay, so if you go melee, okay, so we're going to look at melee here. So if we come over here, you're going to have two stats that are required with the skill. Okay, so like melee uses strength, coordination. So when you're leveling up melee, you're going to have strength. Hold on. And coordination, you're going to level up with it. Strength for coordination will essentially affect melee. Okay, if we go pistols, for example. So pistols use dexterity, perception, so you would be putting in those two. Okay, and that goes for all different types of your weapon types. Also, like if you want to go first aid, you want to be able to res, heal, that kind of stuff. So that would use perception, intelligence. Okay. There's also power. So power will affect your overall raw damage for melee, pistols, and rifle. Okay. So that uses strength and endurance. Okay. Your position is essentially less miss chances, more hit chances. So for like melee, when you're swinging on the target, the higher your position, and you'll notice the higher chances of hitting on a weapon or on a range type like pistols or rifle. Your crosshairs will actually get smaller with a high precision. Just keep that in mind. There's also a social skill ability as well. So here I'm going to read this for you. Your social skills, your ability to work merchandise deals in your favor, manipulate offers. So it means you'll be able to buy and sell cheaper at NPCs, and that takes up charisma and perception, very similar to how it works in Fallout. You have dodge. Dodge, like it says. So when you're getting attacked, higher dodge means less you'll get hit. You can kind of counter that if you don't want to do dodge. If you want to go high endurance, like I have, and it means you can essentially be able to handle hits better. Okay, and then armor use will go with that. Okay. Mutation. So you're going to pick your mutation based off of what weapon type you go with. Okay, for example, my build right now is a melee crafter, which is why my stats are not as high in other places because it's mostly crafters, so I'm mostly max craft. So for example, melee, there's two. There's going to be two mutations that are going to be good for it. One is primal. What does primal do? Your mutation ability allows you to increase your health, transform health into damage. It's very similar to like a berserker and like a warrior in WoW. Very similar to that. Speaking of that, I have rampage. It's equivalent to berserk. Berserk is going to take strength, willpower. Okay, the other one that's really good for melee, thermal control, fire damage. Okay, intelligence and willpower. I only do have one right now. It's because I'm in crafting, so I can't really be going all over the place like you can with combat ability. Okay. Now, pistols. I would say two types are going to be really good with pistols. One is going to be suppression. Suppression, mutation ability reduces stamina and gamma of others. Okay. So as it says, suppresses. Be good for rifles as well. And then also, like I would say, sonic influence is really good for pistols. Utilizes sound damage, target in various locations around you. Okay. And there's a lot of other different abilities. I'm not going to go into all of them. I'll just briefly kind of go over here, and you guys can see in the video yourself. Okay. So some for armor. So there's a lot of different ways you guys can go with your abilities. So I would definitely read through each. There's also online, there's quite a few build maker websites where you can play around with put your level and put points in without actually doing it in game, so you see how much AP you need to do it before you actually utilize it in game. Also if you guys do mess up, it's no biggie. Depending on what level you are, you're going to buy these injectors. Now, early levels is when you want to experiment, because once you get into higher levels, it gets very expensive to reset your AP. So keep that in mind. You want to experience early on before you get into higher levels, so you kind of know about what you want to go with. Okay. Trade skills will level up automatically as you're crafting. Your max level crafting is going to be based off of where your intelligence and perception's at. So, like I said, I'm a crafter, so I keep those maxed. Okay. So I'm both maxed at 48 at level 22 for that reason. Okay. When you increase these, so skills, for example, or not skills, when you increase stats, you need 5 AP counts as 1 point. Okay, so keep that in mind. Skills, you can just use 1 to level them up. Okay. Stats, you need to have 5 AP available per level when you guys are doing your when you're doing your stats. Just keep that in mind. Right now I'm working on coordination. I gotta drop it there for a little bit because I want to be a little more tanky, and then I went more on my crafter build. I went more power, so raw damage, and a little bit more tanky. So that's why I sacrificed a little bit of coordination early on, and then I only kept Primal at 60. I put that pretty much early on, 60, and left it there, so that gets me to stage 1 abilities for it. So I have like Provoke, Rampage, and then Primal Vigor, which increases your maximum health by 65. And then now, since I'm at where I need to be and got my crafting, max, so now as I get an AP for this level, I'll start pumping in, getting my coordination back up to where it needs to be, essentially, for my level. I'll be able to balance that out. I hope this video was very helpful for you guys, especially for new or even returning players. If you guys have any questions, feel free to join my Discord. Discord is going to be a link on my channel. Also, feel free to come join the clan. The clan is Volga. We're very active, grown pretty much. We always got a bunch of different people logged in. Everybody's very helpful, be able to help you out with items, show you where to farm, that kind of stuff. So that's it of this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.